everyone. Welcome to another episode of KAMAY Productions. Today we have a very special topic to discuss with you all. Diba, partner?
Yes, I agree with you, partner. This show will discuss crucial societal issues and bring them to light. But first, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Christian Melanchon.
And I am Gianna Parkes, your host for this podcast. Today we're going to talk about the often overlooked yet vital group of individuals. Do you know who they are, Christian?
Hmm, I don't know them. Give me a hint.
Well, they happen to be associated with a certain color, like the sky. The name of this group starts with blue.
Blue? Huh? So if they're workers then, blue collar workers?
Ding ding ding, you're right. But before we delve deeper into our main topic for today, let us first introduce our special guest for this show. These two happen to be researchers that specialize in UN-SDG 8, and there are large advocates and contributors to this goal. Together, they share a common goal of providing, supporting, and better opportunities for workers all over the world.
First up, please welcome Ashera Payak.
Hello, everyone.
Next, we have Pauline Derecho.
Good day, everyone. Thank you for having me here.
Alright, now that we have introduced our guest for this podcast, let us begin. Before we dive into the topic, let's introduce the UN-SDG that we are going to be discussing today. We are going to be tackling Sustainable Development Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. The United Nations designed this goal to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all.
UNSDG 8 or Goal 8 of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is all about making sure that economic growth works for everyone. The idea is to create jobs, promote fair work, and support businesses that are sustainable and inclusive. Instead of just focusing on how much money a country or company is making, SDG 8 is about making sure that the economic growth doesn't leave anyone behind. It's about creating opportunities for people, no matter where they're from, to have decent work, earn fair wages, and improve their quality of life.
A big part of this goal is also about promoting entrepreneurship and supporting small businesses, which play a huge role in creating jobs and boosting local economies. But it's not just about getting people into work. It's about making sure that the work people are doing is decent. This means safe working conditions, fair pay, and opportunities for growth and advancement. It also includes pushing for better access to education and skills development so people can compete in an ever evolving job market. On a global scale, SDG 8 aims to reduce inequalities between countries, and within them, the goal is to ensure that everyone, no matter where they live or what their background is, has the chance to succeed and thrive. This includes improving infrastructure, boosting innovation, and ensuring that growth doesn't come at the expense of the environment. In short, it's about building a fairer, more sustainable economy that works for everyone, not just the people at the top. So the goal is to create a world where economic growth means better lives for all, where people can have access to meaningful work, and where the benefits of the growth are shared more equally. However, the problem is there are some individuals who did not receive this recognition, wages, wages or career advancement opportunities that they deserve in the workplace. especially among the blue collar workers.
Absolutely, from construction workers and electricians to factory workers, these individuals are the backbone of our daily lives. Yet, they often go unrecognized and underappreciated.
Tama ka, partner. Because of that, I have a question for you, Miss Payak. For you, how do you define blue collar workers and how their roles impact our society?
Thank you for that question. I'd say blue collar workers are the backbone of our society. They typically perform manual labor and are often employed in industries like manufacturing, construction, maintenance, and transportation. And I believe they have a big impact on our society. Think about it. Without construction workers, you wouldn't have roads or buildings. Without electricians and plumbers, there'd be no power or clean water. Truck drivers keep goods moving, sanitation workers keep our cities clean, and factory workers ensure we have everything from clothes to cars. They're involved in nearly every part of our daily lives, yet their work often goes unnoticed.
I see. Honestly, it makes me sad to think that these workers experiencing so little appreciation for their work they do.
Gani, now we know what blue collar workers are, but just how different are they from white collar workers? What do you think, Pao?
Well, actually, both white collar workers and blue collar workers play significant roles in society. The main difference is that white collar workers typically have more stable jobs and work than blue collar workers, who are, as defined earlier, laborers who have to exert their bodies every day. Not only this, but white collar work tends to be viewed as quote unquote better, whereas blue collar work is often looked down upon due to the workers being seen as poor. These jobs are often seen as jobs that are less fulfilling, and as such, both the public and the government do not see these workers in high regards.
Really?
Yes, actually, this problem persists in Mindanao. Ash is actually an expert on this.
Wow, really? Care to explain, Miss Payak?
Haha, yes. So basically, a big part of Mindanao's workforce consists of blue collar workers due to its agricultural and industrial nature, which makes it a region that faces challenges like poor economic opportunities and weak labor protections. Most workers, particularly those in rural areas, tend to be exploited through dangerous working conditions with minimal to no government support. For instance, many farmers in Bukidnon have protested against unfair wages and unsafe working environments in large plantations, such as the case of banana plantation workers advocating for better pay. Similarly, employees in the tuna canning industry in General Santos face long hours and hazardous conditions, as reported by labor rights organizations.
Interesting. I didn't know that was the case.
Same. Now I'm concerned about the state of our blue collar workers.
Yeah, it doesn't just stop in Mindanao too. It's really a worldwide problem.
Yeah.
Did you know many countries still suffer from labor exploitation, such as garment factory workers in Bangladesh enduring unsafe conditions, as seen in the Rana Plaza collapse, or migrant agriculture workers in the US facing low wages and poor living standards? Globalization and automation are making job security more unstable. Also, many companies move their operations to countries with lower wages, while factories replace workers with machines. As a result, countless blue collar workers face unemployment and financial struggles. These challenges these challenges show why stronger labor policies are needed to ensure fair wages, protect workers' safety, and provide stable jobs for those who depend on them to support their families.
What? Isn't it 2025 already? How come these kinds of problems still happened?
You'd think that in the modern era, wages and working conditions would be sufficient and sustainable for all.
Right? What we've processed so much in terms of our societal and in technological advancement, and yet people still experience these kinds of issues. That's crazy.
But even though these problems still persist, aren't local governments doing things to prevent the issue? I mean, we have a whole United Nations sustainable goal made specifically for preventing this issue.
About that, well, local governments still lack proper initiative.
Yeah, while there are actions and measures being taken to solve the issue, there's definitely still a lack of action when it comes to addressing the issues faced by these workers.
That is so bad.
Actually, I have family friends who are farmers themselves and thus face these issues. We have a family friend who happens to be a laborer and he farms rice out in the countryside. Whenever he comes to our home to visit, I always notice how tired he is from working.
Oh wow, pal, I didn't know that myself.
Yeah, and when I ask him about his work, he's always telling me about his struggles with providing for himself and his family. We try our best to help him always, especially because of how low his wages are. Even after protesting and demanding for better pay, he still gets the short end of the stick. It's honestly terrible, and it sucks even more when I know how much of a hard work he is and the lengths that he goes just to provide for his family.
That's terrible. To think that someone has to fight so hard just to feed themselves and their family. It shouldn't be something that is taxing. It should be accessible to everyone. Proper necessities and resources are a basic human right.
What? No way.
Isn't that bad for these workers? How exactly they can live sustainably when even the government is lacking in initiatives?
Right? It's so unfortunate.
Well, that's where we come in, right?
Hmm, what do you mean, Ashera?
As advocates, we must promote awareness to the efforts that these blue collar workers put into their work, as they have a big influence in shaping our society and economy into the way they are today. And we, as citizens, are being affected by their efforts.
Yes, that's right, Ashera. Additionally, these workers deserve recognition not only for their significant impact on our lives, but also because of their physically demanding jobs, which can take a toll on their health and well being, all while supporting our economy.
Very good insights there, Ashera and Pauline. Acknowledging their efforts is the least we can do. By promoting awareness and appreciation, we can ensure that these hardworking individuals receive the respect and support they deserve. An example of this is whenever we go to school, we should greet and the janitors and also help them in a small way by practicing play go and to not just rely on them entirely to clean up after us.
That's right. Another example can be supporting local farmers by buying at a local markets. Don't you think their product is more fresher and more nutritious? I mean, they are way more yummier. So, everyone, let's stand together and give blue collar workers the respect and support they truly deserve. Their work shapes our world, and now it's our turn to uplift them.
Wow, what a meaningful and informative discussion we had. As we wrap up our podcast, I would like to thank everyone and the audience for tuning in to our podcast. We hope that the message we hold upon to during this podcast can help enlighten others to the issues surrounding our society.
With all that being said, we would also like to thank our guests, Ashira and Pauline, for also speaking with us and having a very productive discussion. Your participation is what truly made this podcast meaningful.
Thank you so much, Gia and Christian, for also having us here. We wouldn't have been able to share our thoughts about SDG 8 and its issues under it. Thank you also for giving us the avenue to share our insights.
Like what Ashera said, thank you also to our host for accompanying us and letting us share our insights. I truly hope that the podcast will go a long way and spread out the message we intend to deliver.
And that includes our podcast. Thank you, everyone. Until next time. Bye bye.